Okay, so on this homework assignment, you'll notice that this is word problem based. So you have to set up the equation as well as go through and solve. So on 6-74, you have hot dogs and corn dogs, and they were sold at the game last night. It says the number of hot dogs was sold was 3 fewer than 2 times the number of corn dogs. So that's my first equation, 3 fewer than 2 times the number of corn dogs. Okay. On the next part, we're talking about cost, right? So now we have costs associated. For this one, it says that hot dogs cost $3. So I put 3 times hot dogs plus corn dogs cost $1.50. That was a total of $201. Okay, 1.5 is $201. So what I did from here to solve this, because that's what we're doing in part C, right, is I go through and I solve by substitution. So so we have H is equal to the 2C minus 3. So I take that 2C minus 3 and I plug it in for hot dogs, which is what you see me doing there. Okay, so once you do that, you do a little bit of math, you should get that corn dogs are equal to 28. From there, we plug that corn dog back into here, this 28, and we solve for hot dogs, and you should get 53. You should probably pause, take a minute to do the math in between here to make sure that you can get that 28. Okay, so next we're going to look at 6-86. So for that one, we're talking about pizza and burritos. Very, very similar. You have 20 less than 2 times the number of burritos, okay, for your pizza. So you have more pizza, right? 2 times as much? Well, 20 less than 2 times as much. But that's what's going on there. They also give you that the slice of pizza is $2.50, the burrito is $3 for a total of $358. You'll notice that once again, no different. I've already solved for P here. Any place there's a P, I'm going to plug in 2B minus 20. So I'm going to substitute that in here, which is what you see me doing here. Then from there, you solve for the number of burritos. You end up getting 51. I plug that back in here. So 2 times 51 is 102 minus 20 gives you 82 burritos. I'm sorry, 82 pizzas. Okay. Next one. You have, in this one, you have, this one's a little bit confusing, but your P for this one, your P, it says the math club is baking fruit pies. You have peaches and nectarines. If you take a total of 168 pieces of fruit for all of the pies, how many nectarines do you need? Well, in this one, it's twice as many nectarines. So peaches are twice the number of nectarines. Okay, twice the number of nectarines. So in this one, what I know is that P plus N is 168. So if the peaches are twice as many as nectarines, and there's a total of 168 pieces of fruit, that's P plus N is equal to 168. After you do that, I'm sure you guys get the general trend. Wherever there's a P, I'm going to plug in 2N into here. Okay, so plug it in, substitute it in, and you end up with N is equal to 56. Once you plug in 56 here, 2 times 56 is 112 peaches. Okay, I'm going to do the last one here very quickly. So for this one, we have dimes and nickels. There are 30 of them total. What they don't tell you is they don't tell you that a dime is 10 cents and a nickel is 5 cents, but I put that here. I do want you to see that instead of using $2.60, I used 10 cents, 5 cents, and 260 cents, meaning I didn't do decimals just because I didn't want to. You're free to do decimals. You actually will get the same exact answer. I just wanted to do this without a calculator. So I used 10, 5, and 260 cents. From there, I did the plug-in. So I have 30 for dimes. I actually solved for dimes first, and I plugged that in for my dimes here. You could have solved for nickels if you wanted and minus the dimes, and then you plug in for nickels instead. But you end up with N is equal to 8. Once I plugged in N equals 8 right there, then I know that dimes is 30 minus 8, which means I have 22. And that is all for today's homework.